This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Welcome, science enthusiasts and curious minds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of prehistoric mammals, specifically a group known as Mesonychians. These ancient creatures roamed the Earth millions of years ago, leaving behind a legacy that continues to intrigue paleontologists and evolutionary biologists today. In this video, we'll explore recent scientific research that has shed new light on these enigmatic animals. We'll cover their evolution, unique adaptations, ecological roles, and the ongoing debates surrounding their place in the mammalian family tree. By the end of this journey, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of Mesonychians and their significance in the grand tapestry of life's history on our planet. Why is this topic important? Well, studying extinct animals like Mesonychians helps us understand the complex pathways of evolution and the incredible diversity of life that has existed on Earth. It also provides valuable insights into past ecosystems and how they've changed over time. For professionals in fields like paleontology, evolutionary biology, and ecology, this research is crucial. But it's equally fascinating for anyone interested in the history of life on our planet. As we delve into this topic, we'll break down complex scientific concepts into digestible information, making it accessible for both seasoned researchers and curious newcomers alike. We'll explore how new fossil discoveries and cutting-edge analytical techniques are revolutionizing our understanding of these ancient mammals. So, whether you're a student, a science enthusiast, or simply someone who loves learning about the wonders of the natural world, this video has something for you. Get ready to travel back in time and uncover the secrets of the Mesonychians. 1. Evolution and diversity of Mesonychians. Let's begin our exploration of Mesonychians by looking at their evolutionary history and the remarkable diversity they achieved during their time on Earth. Mesonychians were a group of carnivorous mammals that lived from the early Paleocene to the early Oligocene epochs, spanning a period of roughly 25 million years. This places them in a crucial time in mammalian evolution, following the extinction of the dinosaurs and during the early diversification of modern mammal groups. The story of Mesonychian evolution is a testament to the adaptive potential of mammals. These creatures emerged in the aftermath of the end Cretaceous extinction event, a time when many ecological niches were open for occupation. The earliest Mesonychians were relatively small, about the size of a fox or a small dog. However, as they evolved and diversified, some lineages grew to much larger sizes, with the largest species rivaling modern bears in size. One of the most intriguing aspects of Mesonychian evolution is their rapid diversification. Within a few million years of their first appearance in the fossil record, Mesonychians had already split into several distinct families. The three main families recognized by paleontologists are the Mesonychidae, Hopalodectidae, and Triisodontidae. Each of these families had its own unique characteristics and adaptations. The Mesonychidae, which includes well-known genera like Mesonyx and Harpagolestes, were the largest and most diverse group. They ranged from dog-sized to bear-sized animals and were likely apex predators in their ecosystems. The Hopalodectidae, on the other hand, were generally smaller and may have had more specialized diets. The Triisodontidae are considered by some researchers to be the most primitive Mesonychians, possibly representing a transitional form between earlier mammal groups and more derived Mesonychians. As Mesonychians evolved, they developed a range of adaptations that allowed them to occupy various ecological niches. Some became specialized cursorial predators, built for chasing down prey over long distances. Others evolved more robust jaws and teeth, suggesting a shift towards a diet that included more bone crushing and scavenging. One of the most fascinating aspects of Mesonychian diversity is their geographic spread. Fossils of these animals have been found across North America, Europe, and Asia, indicating that they were a widespread and successful group. Different regions seem to have harbored distinct Mesonychian faunas, suggesting that geographic isolation played a role in driving their diversification. The evolution of Mesonychians wasn't a simple, linear process. Like many groups in the fossil record, they experienced periods of rapid diversification followed by declines. The Middle Eocene, in particular, seems to have been a time of significant change for Mesonychians. Many lineages went extinct during this period, possibly due to competition from other carnivorous mammals or changes in global climate. Despite their eventual extinction, the evolutionary legacy of Mesonychians is significant. They represent one of the first major radiations of carnivorous mammals in the Cenozoic era. Their success paved the way for later groups of mammalian carnivores, and some of their adaptations may have influenced the evolution of other mammal lineages. Recent research has also highlighted the complexity of Mesonychian evolution. New fossil discoveries have revealed transitional forms and previously unknown species, forcing paleontologists to revise their understanding of Mesonychian phylogeny. For example, some studies have suggested that certain Mesonychian-like features evolved independently in different lineages, complicating efforts to reconstruct their evolutionary relationships. The story of Mesonychian evolution and diversity is far from complete. As new fossils are discovered and new analytical techniques are developed, our understanding of these fascinating creatures continues to evolve. Each new discovery has the potential to rewrite our understanding of Mesonychian evolution, making this an exciting and dynamic area of paleontological research. In conclusion, the evolution and diversity of Mesonychians provide a fascinating window into the early evolution of carnivorous mammals. From their origins in the wake of the dinosaur extinction to their ultimate decline, Mesonychians demonstrate the incredible adaptability of mammals and the complex dynamics of evolution. Their story reminds us that the history of life on Earth is full of unexpected twists and turns, with success and extinction often separated by the finest of margins. 2. Anatomy and adaptations of Mesonychians. Now that we've explored the evolutionary history of Mesonychians, let's dive into their unique anatomy and the fascinating adaptations that made them such successful predators in the ancient world. The anatomy of Mesonychians provides crucial insights into their lifestyle, diet, and evolutionary relationships with other mammal groups. One of the most striking features of Mesonychians was their skull structure. They had long, narrow skulls with powerful jaw muscles, suggesting they were capable of delivering strong bites. The teeth of Mesonychians were particularly distinctive. Unlike modern carnivores, which have specialized carnassial teeth for slicing meat, Mesonychians had molars with a unique triangular shape. These teeth were well suited for crushing and grinding, indicating that their diet may have included more than just meat. The dentition of Mesonychians has been a subject of intense study and debate among paleontologists. Some species had extremely robust teeth, suggesting they may have been capable of crushing bones, similar to modern hyenas. Others had more slender teeth, possibly adapted for a diet of softer prey or even some plant material. This diversity in tooth morphology indicates that different Mesonychian species likely occupied various dietary niches. Moving down from the skull, the postcranial skeleton of Mesonychians reveals more about their lifestyle. Many species had relatively long limbs, particularly in the lower leg and foot, which is typical of cursorial, running-adapted mammals. This suggests that Mesonychians were likely capable of sustained pursuit when hunting prey, similar to modern wolves or African wild dogs. One of the most intriguing aspects of Mesonychian anatomy is their feet. Unlike most modern carnivores, which have claws, Mesonychians had hooves. This unusual combination of carnivorous dentition and hooved feet led to their nickname as wolves on hooves. The presence of hooves suggests that Mesonychians may have been able to cover long distances efficiently, perhaps following herds of prey animals across ancient landscapes. The vertebral column of Mesonychians also provides clues about their locomotion. Many species had flexible lower backs, which would have aided in rapid acceleration and agile movements during pursuit of prey. However, some of the larger species had more rigid spines, which may have been an adaptation for generating power during running or for supporting their increased body mass. Recent research has revealed fascinating details about the sensory capabilities of Mesonychians. Studies of their brain cases suggest that they had well-developed senses of smell and hearing. This would have been crucial for hunting and navigating their environment. Some species also show evidence of enlarged areas in the brain associated with motor control, further supporting the idea that they were agile, active predators. Another interesting aspect of Mesonychian anatomy is the evidence for sexual dimorphism in some species. In certain genera, males appear to have been significantly larger than females, with more robust skulls and teeth. This suggests complex social behaviors and mating systems, perhaps similar to those seen in some modern carnivores. The anatomy of Mesonychians also provides insights into their evolutionary relationships. For many years, the similarities between Mesonychian teeth and those of early whales led researchers to hypothesize a close evolutionary relationship between these groups. However, more recent studies of other anatomical features, particularly in the ankle bones, have challenged this view. One of the most exciting areas of current research involves the study of Mesonychian soft tissue anatomy. While soft tissues rarely fossilize, new techniques are allowing researchers to make inferences about muscles, organs, and even fur based on subtle marks left on bones. These studies are painting an increasingly detailed picture of what Mesonychians looked like in life and how they moved and behaved. It's important to note that Mesonychian anatomy wasn't static throughout their evolutionary history. Different lineages evolved various specializations over time. For example, some later Mesonychians show adaptations for more powerful biting, suggesting a shift towards a more bone-crushing diet. Others developed longer limbs, possibly becoming even more specialized for cursorial hunting. The study of Mesonychian anatomy also highlights the importance of convergent evolution in shaping animal form. Many of the features seen in Mesonychians, such as their carnivorous dentition and cursorial limb structure, evolved independently in other mammal groups. This demonstrates how similar environmental pressures can lead to the evolution of similar traits in unrelated lineages. In conclusion, the anatomy of Mesonychians reveals a group of mammals that were uniquely adapted to a predatory lifestyle. Their combination of powerful jaws, specialized teeth, hooved feet, and cursorial limbs made them formidable hunters in the ancient ecosystems they inhabited. As we continue to discover new fossils and apply new analytical techniques, our understanding of Mesonychian anatomy and adaptations continues to grow, providing ever more detailed insights into the lives of these fascinating ancient predators. 3. Paleobiology and ecological role. Having explored the evolution and anatomy of Mesonychians, let's now turn our attention to their paleobiology and ecological role. Understanding how these ancient mammals lived and interacted with their environment is crucial for piecing together the ecosystems of the early Cenozoic era. Mesonychians occupied a variety of ecological niches during their evolutionary history, but they were primarily carnivorous or omnivorous predators. Their role in ancient ecosystems was likely similar to that of modern large carnivores, such as wolves or big cats. As apex predators, they would have played a crucial role in shaping the structure and dynamics of their ecosystems. The diet of Mesonychians has been a subject of much research and debate. While their teeth suggest a primarily carnivorous diet, the exact nature of their prey and feeding habits likely varied between species and over time. Some of the smaller, more primitive Mesonychians may have been generalist predators, feeding on a variety of small to medium-sized prey. Larger species, particularly those with more robust jaws and teeth, may have specialized in taking down larger prey or scavenging carcasses. Interestingly, some research suggests that certain Mesonychian species may have included a significant amount of plant material in their diet. This omnivorous tendency could have given them an advantage in times of scarcity, allowing them to survive when prey was scarce. It's a reminder that, like many modern carnivores, the diet of Mesonychians was likely more varied than we might initially assume. The hunting behavior of Mesonychians can be inferred from their anatomy and comparisons with modern animals. Their cursorial adaptations suggest that many species were capable of sustained pursuit hunting, similar to modern wolves or African wild dogs. They may have hunted in packs, using their stamina to wear down prey over long distances. However, given the diversity of Mesonychian species, it's likely that different lineages employed various hunting strategies. One fascinating aspect of Mesonychian paleobiology is their potential role in scavenging. Some species, particularly the larger ones with robust jaws and teeth, show adaptations that would have been well suited for crushing bones and accessing marrow. This suggests they may have been effective scavengers, able to exploit food sources that other predators couldn't access. In this role, they may have played a crucial part in nutrient cycling within their ecosystems. The geographic distribution of Mesonychians provides insights into their habitat preferences and adaptations to different environments. Fossils have been found in a variety of paleo-environments, from forests to more open, savanna-like habitats. This suggests that Mesonychians were adaptable and able to thrive in diverse landscapes. Some species seem to have been particularly well suited to more open environments, possibly evolving alongside the spread of grasslands during the Eocene epoch. Interactions between Mesonychians and other animals in their ecosystems would have been complex. As predators, they would have exerted pressure on populations of herbivorous mammals, potentially influencing their evolution. At the same time, Mesonychians would have competed with other carnivorous mammals, including early members of groups that are still around today, such as creodonts and carnivoran ancestors. One particularly interesting aspect of Mesonychian paleoecology is their coexistence with early cetaceans, whales and their relatives. For a time, Mesonychians and early whales occupied similar semi-aquatic niches in coastal environments. Some researchers have suggested that competition with early whales may have played a role in the eventual decline of Mesonychians, although this remains a topic of debate. The social behavior of Mesonychians is another area of ongoing research. While direct evidence of behavior is rare in the fossil record, we can make inferences based on modern analogues and subtle clues in the fossils. The presence of sexual dimorphism in some species suggests complex social structures, possibly including competition between males for mates. Some researchers have proposed that certain Mesonychian species may have lived in family groups or even larger packs, similar to modern wolves. Environmental changes played a significant role in shaping Mesonychian evolution and ecology. The early Cenozoic was a time of dramatic climate fluctuations, including several major warming events. These changes would have affected the distribution of plant communities and, by extension, the herbivores that Mesonychians preyed upon. The ability of Mesonychians to adapt to these changes likely influenced their success and eventual decline. One of the most intriguing questions in Mesonychian paleobiology is why they ultimately went extinct. While they were successful for millions of years, Mesonychians began to decline in the Middle Eocene and were extinct by the early Oligocene. Several hypotheses have been proposed to explain this, including competition with other carnivorous mammals, changes in climate and habitat, and shifts in the types of available prey. It's likely that a combination of factors contributed to their extinction. Recent research has also explored the potential impact of Mesonychians on their environment. As large predators, they would have influenced the behavior and population dynamics of their prey species. Some studies have suggested that the presence of Mesonychians may have contributed to the evolution of faster running speeds in some herbivorous mammals. This kind of co-evolutionary relationship between predator and prey is a fascinating aspect of paleoecology. The study of Mesonychian paleobiology also provides valuable insights into broader patterns of mammalian evolution. They represent one of the first major radiations of large carnivorous mammals following the extinction of the dinosaurs. Understanding their rise and fall can help us better comprehend the dynamics of evolution and extinction in the wake of major environmental changes. In conclusion, the paleobiology and ecological role of Mesonychians paint a picture of a diverse and influential group of ancient predators. From their varied diets and hunting strategies to their interactions with other species and responses to environmental change, Mesonychians were key players in the ecosystems of the early Cenozoic. As we continue to uncover new fossils and develop new analytical techniques, our understanding of Mesonychian paleobiology will undoubtedly continue to grow, providing ever more detailed insights into the lives of these fascinating creatures and the ancient worlds they inhabited. 4. Relationship to cetaceans and other mammals. One of the most intriguing and controversial aspects of Mesonychian research has been their proposed relationship to cetaceans, the group that includes whales, dolphins, and porpoises. This topic has been the subject of intense scientific debate and has undergone significant shifts as new evidence has come to light. Let's explore this fascinating area of research and its broader implications for our understanding of mammalian evolution. For many years, Mesonychians were considered to be the closest terrestrial relatives of cetaceans. This hypothesis was based primarily on similarities in tooth structure between Mesonychians and early whales. Both groups possess triangular molars with multiple cusps, a feature that was thought to be a strong indicator of evolutionary relationship. Additionally, some Mesonychians showed adaptations for semi-aquatic lifestyles, which seemed to fit with the idea that they could be transitional forms leading to fully aquatic whales. This proposed relationship between Mesonychians and cetaceans had significant implications for our understanding of whale evolution. It suggested a specific pathway for the transition from land to sea, with Mesonychian-like animals gradually becoming more adapted to aquatic life over millions of years. This scenario was widely accepted in paleontological circles for several decades. However, as is often the case in science, new evidence emerged that challenged this view. The advent of molecular phylogenetics, the study of evolutionary relationships using DNA and protein sequences, began to paint a different picture. Genetic studies consistently placed cetaceans within the artiodactyl group, which includes cattle, deer, and hippopotamuses. These studies suggested that hippos, not Mesonychians, were the closest living relatives of whales. At first, there was considerable debate between paleontologists, who favored the Mesonychian-cetacean link based on fossil evidence, and molecular biologists, who supported the artiodactyl-cetacean relationship based on genetic data. This disagreement highlighted the challenges of reconciling different types of evidence in evolutionary biology. The turning point came with the discovery of new fossil evidence. Particularly important were fossils of early cetaceans that preserved previously unknown skeletal elements, especially ankle bones. These fossils revealed that early whales had a double pulley astragalus, a distinctive ankle bone structure found in artiodactyls but not in Mesonychians. This anatomical evidence provided strong support for the artiodactyl-cetacean link suggested by genetic studies. As a result of these findings, the consensus view in the scientific community shifted. Mesonychians are no longer considered to be the closest relatives of cetaceans. Instead, they are now generally viewed as a separate group of carnivorous ungulates that evolved some similarities to early whales through convergent evolution, the independent evolution of similar features in unrelated groups. This shift in our understanding of Mesonychian relationships has had far-reaching implications. It has led to a re-evaluation of many aspects of early cetacean evolution and has highlighted the importance of considering multiple lines of evidence in reconstructing evolutionary relationships. It also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of relying too heavily on a limited set of anatomical features when inferring evolutionary relationships. Despite no longer being considered direct ancestors of whales, Mesonychians remain an important group for understanding mammalian evolution. Their position in the mammalian family tree is still a subject of research and debate. Some studies have suggested that they may be closely related to artiodactyls, while others have placed them in a more basal position among placental mammals. The relationship between Mesonychians and other mammal groups is complex and not fully resolved. They share some characteristics with ungulates, hoofed mammals, such as their hooved feet, but also show features reminiscent of carnivores. This mosaic of traits has made it challenging to determine their exact evolutionary relationships. Recent research has explored the possibility that some features traditionally considered characteristic of Mesonychians may have evolved independently in different lineages. This could explain some of the conflicting signals in different datasets and highlights the complexity of mammalian evolution in the early Cenozoic. The study of Mesonychian relationships also provides valuable insights into the evolution of mammalian body plans. By comparing Mesonychians with other early mammal groups, researchers can better understand how different anatomical features evolved and how they relate to different lifestyles and ecological roles. Furthermore, the Mesonychian cetacean debate has important implications for how we interpret convergent evolution. The similarities between Mesonychians and early whales, once thought to indicate close relationship, are now seen as an example of how unrelated groups can evolve similar features in response to similar environmental pressures. This area of research also highlights the importance of integrating different types of data in evolutionary studies. The resolution of the Mesonychian cetacean question required the combination of fossil evidence, comparative anatomy, and molecular data. This multidisciplinary approach is increasingly becoming the standard in evolutionary biology. The story of Mesonychian relationships is far from over. New fossil discoveries and advanced analytical techniques continue to refine our understanding of their place in the mammalian family tree. For example, recent studies using sophisticated phylogenetic methods that can account for convergent evolution have provided new perspectives on Mesonychian relationships. In conclusion, while Mesonychians are no longer considered the closest relatives of cetaceans, their study remains crucial for understanding early mammalian evolution. The debate over their relationships has driven significant advances in our understanding of mammalian phylogeny and the methods we use to reconstruct evolutionary history. As research continues, Mesonychians will undoubtedly continue to provide valuable insights into the complex and fascinating story of mammalian evolution. 5. Key fossil discoveries and research developments. The field of Mesonychian research has been marked by several key fossil discoveries and significant research developments that have dramatically expanded our understanding of these ancient mammals. Let's explore some of the most important findings and how they have shaped our knowledge of Mesonychians. One of the earliest and most significant discoveries in Mesonychian research came in the late 19th century with the description of Mesonyx, the genus that would give the group its name. This fossil, found in North America, provided the first glimpse into the unique combination of features that characterize Mesonychians. The discovery of Mesonyx set the stage for subsequent research and sparked interest in this group of ancient carnivores. In the mid-20th century, a series of expeditions to Asia, particularly Mongolia and China, yielded a wealth of new Mesonychian fossils. These discoveries dramatically expanded the known diversity of the group and provided crucial information about their geographic distribution. The Asian fossils revealed that Mesonychians were not just a North American phenomenon, but had a much wider range across the Northern Hemisphere. One particularly important discovery came in the 1960s with the description of Andrewsarchus mongoliensis from Mongolia. This massive skull, measuring nearly a meter in length, belonged to what was possibly the largest terrestrial carnivorous mammal that ever lived. Initially classified as a Mesonychian, Andrewsarchus has since been the subject of much debate regarding its exact taxonomic position. Regardless of its classification, the discovery of Andrewsarchus highlighted the impressive size range of Paleocene and Eocene carnivorous mammals. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw a surge in Mesonychian discoveries, many of which have had profound impacts on our understanding of the group. In the 1990s, new fossils of the genus Dissacus were found in North America. These specimens included well-preserved postcranial material, providing unprecedented insights into the locomotor abilities of early Mesonychians. The Dissacus fossils suggested that early members of the group were capable of both terrestrial and semi-aquatic locomotion, hinting at the diversity of lifestyles within the group. Another crucial development came with the discovery of exceptionally well-preserved Mesonychian fossils in China. These specimens, dating from the late Paleocene, included nearly complete skeletons that allowed for detailed studies of Mesonychian anatomy. The Chinese fossils have been particularly important for understanding the early evolution and diversification of the group. In the early 2000s, a series of discoveries in Pakistan and India provided new information about Mesonychian diversity in South Asia. These findings expanded the known geographic range of Mesonychians and offered insights into how the group varied across different parts of their range. The South Asian fossils have been crucial for understanding the biogeography of Mesonychians and their responses to different environmental conditions. One of the most significant recent developments in Mesonychian research has been the application of advanced imaging and analytical techniques to fossil specimens. Computed tomography, CORT, scanning, for example, has allowed researchers to study the internal structure of Mesonychian skulls in unprecedented detail. These studies have provided new information about brain structure, sensory capabilities, and feeding mechanics in Mesonychians. Another important area of research has been the study of Mesonychian toothwear and microwear. By examining the patterns of wear on Mesonychian teeth, researchers have been able to make inferences about their diets and feeding behaviors. These studies have revealed that different Mesonychian species likely had varied diets, ranging from active predation to scavenging. The application of geochemical techniques to Mesonychian fossils has also yielded valuable insights. Stable isotope analysis of tooth enamel, for example, has provided information about the diets and habitats of different Mesonychian species. These studies have helped to reconstruct the paleo environments in which Mesonychians lived and how they interacted with their ecosystems. In recent years, there has been growing interest in the study of Mesonychian growth and development. The discovery of juvenile specimens has allowed researchers to investigate how Mesonychians changed as they grew and to make inferences about their life histories. These studies have revealed that some Mesonychian species underwent significant changes in skull shape and tooth morphology as they matured. One of the most exciting recent developments in Mesonychian research has been the discovery of new species that fill important gaps in our understanding of the group's evolution. For example, the description of new species from the early Paleocene has provided insights into the early diversification of Mesonychians and their relationships to other early mammal groups. The ongoing refinement of phylogenetic methods has also had a significant impact on Mesonychian research. New analytical techniques that can account for convergent evolution and incomplete fossil records have led to revised hypotheses about Mesonychian relationships and evolution. These methods have helped to resolve some long-standing debates in Mesonychian systematics and have provided a more nuanced understanding of the group's evolutionary history. Another important area of recent research has been the study of Mesonychian paleoecology. By integrating data from fossils with information about ancient environments, researchers have been able to reconstruct the ecological roles of different Mesonychian species. These studies have revealed that Mesonychians occupied a variety of niches in Paleocene and Eocene ecosystems, from active predators to specialist scavengers. The discovery of new Mesonychian fossils from Europe has also been significant. While Mesonychians were previously known from Europe, recent finds have expanded our understanding of their diversity and distribution on the continent. These discoveries have provided new insights into the biogeographic history of Mesonychians and their responses to the changing environments of the early Cenozoic. In conclusion, the field of Mesonychian research has been characterized by a series of important fossil discoveries and significant research developments. From the early descriptions of North American fossils to the recent application of advanced analytical techniques, each new finding has added to our understanding of these fascinating ancient mammals. As research continues, we can expect further discoveries and insights that will continue to refine and expand our knowledge of Mesonychians and their place in the history of life on Earth. 6. Extinction and decline of Mesonychians. The story of Mesonychians is not just one of evolution and diversification, but also of decline and eventual extinction. Understanding why this once successful group of mammals disappeared from the fossil record is a crucial part of Mesonychian research and provides important insights into the dynamics of evolution and extinction. Let's explore what we know about the decline and ultimate extinction of Mesonychians. Mesonychians first appeared in the fossil record during the early Paleocene epoch, shortly after the extinction of the non-avian dinosaurs. They quickly diversified and spread across the northern hemisphere, becoming important predators in many Paleocene and early Eocene ecosystems. However, their dominance was not to last. By the Middle Eocene, about 45 million years ago, Mesonychians began to decline in both diversity and abundance. The exact timing of Mesonychian extinction varied across their range. In North America, the last Mesonychians disappeared by the end of the Eocene, about 34 million years ago. In Asia, some lineages persisted a bit longer, with the last known Mesonychians surviving into the early Oligocene, around 30 million years ago. This gradual disappearance over several million years suggests that the extinction of Mesonychians was not a sudden event, but a prolonged process. So, what caused the decline and eventual extinction of Mesonychians? As with many extinctions in the fossil record, there's no single, simple answer. Instead, a combination of factors likely contributed to their demise. One major factor was likely climate change. The Eocene epoch saw significant global cooling, particularly towards its end. This cooling trend led to major changes in vegetation patterns, with a shift from the warm, humid forests of the early Eocene to more open, cooler habitats. These changes would have affected the prey species that Mesonychians relied on, potentially disrupting their food supply. Competition with other carnivorous mammals also likely played a role in Mesonychian decline. The Eocene saw the rise of several other groups of predatory mammals, including early carnivorans, ancestors of modern cats, dogs, and bears, and creodonts. These groups may have been better adapted to the changing environments of the Middle and Late Eocene, outcompeting Mesonychians for resources. Some researchers have suggested that the unique dental adaptations of Mesonychians may have contributed to their extinction. While their specialized teeth were well suited for a carnivorous diet, they may have lacked the versatility to adapt to changing prey types as environments shifted. In contrast, groups like early carnivorans had more generalized dentition that may have allowed them to exploit a wider range of food sources. The evolution of prey species may have also played a role. As herbivorous mammals evolved more sophisticated defenses and escape strategies, Mesonychians may have found it increasingly difficult to capture prey. Some studies have suggested that the evolution of faster running speeds in herbivores may have outpaced the cursorial adaptations of Mesonychians. Another factor to consider is the potential impact of competition with early cetaceans. In coastal and semi-aquatic environments, some Mesonychians may have competed with early whales for similar prey resources. As whales became more adapted to aquatic life, they may have outcompeted Mesonychians in these habitats. The global cooling at the end of the Eocene, which culminated in the Eocene-Oligocene extinction event, likely delivered the final blow to Mesonychians. This event, marked by a significant drop in global temperatures and sea levels, led to widespread extinctions and ecosystem reorganizations. The last surviving Mesonychians in Asia may have been unable to adapt to these dramatic environmental changes. It's important to note that the extinction of Mesonychians was not an isolated event. Many other groups of mammals also went extinct or experienced significant declines during the Eocene and Eocene-Oligocene transition. This suggests that broader environmental and ecological factors were at play, rather than issues specific to Mesonychians alone. Recent research has provided more nuanced views on Mesonychian extinction. Some studies have suggested that different Mesonychian lineages may have responded differently to environmental pressures. For example, some of the more generalized, omnivorous Mesonychians may have persisted longer than the more specialized carnivorous forms. The study of Mesonychian extinction also provides valuable insights into broader patterns of mammalian evolution. The decline of Mesonychians coincided with the diversification of other groups, particularly carnivorans. This pattern of one group's decline facilitating another's rise is a common theme in evolutionary history. Interestingly, some of the adaptations seen in Mesonychians did not disappear entirely with their extinction. Certain features, such as bone-crushing dentition, evolved independently in later groups of carnivorous mammals. This demonstrates how similar ecological pressures can lead to the evolution of similar traits in unrelated groups. The extinction of Mesonychians also serves as a reminder of the transient nature of evolutionary success. Despite being dominant predators for millions of years, Mesonychians ultimately could not adapt to changing conditions. This underscores the importance of adaptability in determining long-term evolutionary success. As research continues, our understanding of Mesonychian extinction continues to evolve. New fossil discoveries, particularly from the late Eocene and early Oligocene, may provide further insights into the final days of this group. Advanced analytical techniques, such as computational modeling of ancient ecosystems, may also shed new light on the factors that led to Mesonychian decline. In conclusion, the extinction of Mesonychians was likely the result of a complex interplay of factors, including climate change, competition, and possibly intrinsic limitations. Their disappearance marked the end of a significant chapter in mammalian evolution and set the stage for the rise of new groups of carnivorous mammals. The study of Mesonychian extinction continues to provide valuable insights into the processes of evolution and extinction, reminding us of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of life on Earth. 7. Phylogenetic debates and changing views. The phylogenetic position of Mesonychians, that is, their evolutionary relationships to other mammal groups, has been a subject of intense debate and numerous revisions over the years. This area of research exemplifies how scientific understanding can change as new evidence emerges and analytical techniques improve. Let's explore the history of these debates and how views on Mesonychian relationships have evolved over time. When Mesonychians were first discovered in the late 19th century, they were initially classified as a type of creodont, an extinct group of carnivorous mammals. This classification was based on superficial similarities in their carnivorous dentition. However, as more fossils were discovered and studied, it became clear that Mesonychians were distinct from creodonts and deserved their own taxonomic grouping. For much of the 20th century, Mesonychians were considered to be part of the broader group Condylarthra, a wastebasket taxon that included various primitive ungulates, hoofed mammals. This classification was based on features such as their hooved feet, which suggested a relationship to modern ungulates. However, the concept of Condylarthra as a natural group has since been largely abandoned, as it's now recognized to be an artificial assemblage of unrelated early mammals. One of the most significant debates in Mesonychian phylogenetics began in the mid-20th century and centered on their relationship to cetaceans, whales and dolphins. Based on similarities in tooth structure between Mesonychians and early whales, many paleontologists proposed that Mesonychians were the direct ancestors of cetaceans. This hypothesis suggested that whales evolved from land-dwelling Mesonychian ancestors that gradually adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. The Mesonychian-cetacean link was widely accepted for several decades and had a profound influence on interpretations of whale evolution. It seemed to provide a clear evolutionary pathway for the transition of whales from land to sea. However, this view began to be challenged in the 1990s with the advent of molecular phylogenetics. Genetic studies consistently placed cetaceans within the artiodactyl group, even toed ungulates, specifically as a close relative of hippopotamuses. This molecular evidence conflicted strongly with the morphological evidence that had suggested a Mesonychian-cetacean link. The conflict between molecular and morphological data led to a heated debate in the scientific community, often referred to as the "whales are artiodactyls" controversy. The debate was largely resolved in the early 2000s with the discovery of new fossil evidence. Particularly important were fossils of early cetaceans that preserved ankle bones. These bones showed a characteristic artiodactyl feature called the double pulley astragalus, which is not present in Mesonychians. This anatomical evidence, combined with the molecular data, led to a new consensus that cetaceans are indeed part of the artiodactyl group, not closely related to Mesonychians. With the cetacean link discarded, the question of where Mesonychians fit in the mammalian family tree remained open. Some studies have suggested that they may be a sister group to artiodactyls, while others have placed them in a more basal position among placental mammals. The exact position of Mesonychians remains a topic of ongoing research and debate. One challenge in determining Mesonychian relationships is their unique combination of features. They possess traits reminiscent of both ungulates, like their hooved feet, and carnivores, like their predatory dentition. This mosaic of characteristics has made it difficult to confidently place them within existing mammalian groups. Recent phylogenetic analyses have employed increasingly sophisticated methods to try to resolve Mesonychian relationships. These include techniques that can account for convergent evolution, the independent evolution of similar features in unrelated groups, and methods that can incorporate both molecular and morphological data. Despite these advances, a clear consensus on Mesonychian phylogenetic position has yet to emerge. Some recent studies have suggested that features traditionally considered characteristic of Mesonychians may have evolved independently in different lineages. This possibility of widespread convergent evolution further complicates efforts to determine their relationships based on morphological features alone. The debates over Mesonychian phylogenetics have had broader implications for our understanding of early mammalian evolution. They have highlighted the complexities of reconstructing evolutionary relationships among extinct groups and the importance of integrating different types of evidence. These debates have also underscored the dynamic nature of scientific understanding. The shift in views on Mesonychian-cetacean relationships is a prime example of how scientific consensus can change as new evidence emerges. It serves as a reminder of the self-correcting nature of science and the importance of remaining open to new data and interpretations. The study of Mesonychian relationships continues to be an active area of research. New fossil discoveries, particularly of early members of the group, have the potential to shed new light on their evolutionary origins and affinities. Advanced imaging techniques, allowing for detailed study of internal cranial anatomy, may also provide new insights. Furthermore, the application of new analytical methods in phylogenetics may help to resolve some of the remaining uncertainties about Mesonychian relationships. For example, methods that can account for incomplete fossil records and the possibility of hybridization between early mammal lineages may provide more robust results. The ongoing debates about Mesonychian phylogenetics also intersect with broader discussions about mammalian evolution. Questions about the timing and pattern of early mammalian diversification, the evolution of key mammalian traits, and the impact of major environmental changes on mammalian evolution all intersect with Mesonychian research. In conclusion, the history of debates over Mesonychian phylogenetics illustrates the complex and often contentious process of reconstructing evolutionary relationships. From their initial classification as creodonts, through the period when they were thought to be whale ancestors, to current uncertainties about their exact position in the mammalian tree, Mesonychians have been at the center of important debates in paleontology and evolutionary biology. As research continues, we can expect further refinements to our understanding of Mesonychian relationships, contributing to a more complete picture of mammalian evolutionary history. As we conclude our exploration of Mesonychians, let's take a moment to synthesize the key points we've covered and consider their broader implications for our understanding of evolution and the history of life on Earth. First and foremost, the study of Mesonychians provides a fascinating window into the early evolution of carnivorous mammals. These creatures emerged in the wake of the dinosaur extinction and quickly diversified to occupy a variety of ecological niches. Their success demonstrates the adaptability of mammals and their ability to take advantage of new evolutionary opportunities. The anatomy of Mesonychians, with their unique combination of carnivorous dentition and hooved feet, reminds us that evolution often produces unexpected combinations of traits. This serves as a caution against overly simplistic or linear views of evolution. The natural world is full of creatures that don't fit neatly into our preconceived categories, and Mesonychians are a prime example of this. The debates surrounding Mesonychian relationships, particularly their once proposed link to cetaceans, highlight the complexities of reconstructing evolutionary relationships. This saga serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of integrating multiple lines of evidence in evolutionary studies. The resolution of the cetacean ancestry question through a combination of fossil, anatomical, and genetic evidence demonstrates the strength of a multidisciplinary approach to evolutionary biology. The extinction of Mesonychians, coinciding with global cooling and the rise of other carnivorous mammal groups, underscores the profound influence of environmental change on the course of evolution. It reminds us that evolutionary success is always contingent on environmental conditions, and that even highly successful groups can disappear if they cannot adapt to changing circumstances. More broadly, the story of Mesonychians contributes to our understanding of the Paleocene and Eocene epochs, a crucial time in the evolution of modern mammal groups. By studying Mesonychians and their contemporaries, we gain insights into the ecosystems that existed in the aftermath of the dinosaur extinction and the processes that shaped the modern mammalian fauna. The ongoing nature of Mesonychian research, with new discoveries continuing to refine our understanding, exemplifies the dynamic nature of paleontology and evolutionary biology. It serves as a reminder that our knowledge is always evolving, and that there is still much to be learned about the history of life on Earth. For those of us who are fascinated by the natural world, the study of Mesonychians offers a compelling narrative of evolution, adaptation, and extinction. It reminds us of the incredible diversity of life that has existed on our planet and the complex processes that have shaped this diversity over millions of years. As we look to the future, the study of Mesonychians and other extinct groups will undoubtedly continue to yield new insights. Advanced analytical techniques, new fossil discoveries, and innovative approaches to studying ancient life all have the potential to further refine our understanding of these fascinating creatures and their place in evolutionary history. In conclusion, Mesonychians, despite being extinct for millions of years, continue to captivate scientists and enthusiasts alike. Their study not only illuminates a fascinating chapter in the history of life on Earth but also contributes to our broader understanding of evolutionary processes, extinction dynamics, and the ever-changing nature of life on our planet. As we end this video, I encourage you all to continue exploring the wonders of paleontology and evolutionary biology. Whether you're a student, a professional in the field, or simply someone fascinated by the history of life on Earth, there's always more to discover. The story of Mesonychians is just one of countless fascinating tales waiting to be uncovered in the fossil record. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue to produce content that explores the fascinating world of science and natural history. And don't forget to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We love hearing from our viewers and engaging in further discussions. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time to explore the world of Mesonychians. Until next time, keep curiosity alive and never stop learning about the incredible story of life on Earth.